Hello folks, how should you start preparing from the 1st of April? You have enough time. How should one go about it? And I know that there is a structure to preparation. I know we've talked about the learning part, the practice part and the mock taking part. And so I'm not going to focus on that. That we know. Please refer to our videos on say March or Feb, you'll know. First comes the learning part where you learn from first principles, add ideas. Then comes the drill and practice part where you automate and build speed. Then comes the mock part where you get ready for the real game. There's obviously an overlap across all three. There's a learning part right up to the day of the exam. You should take a mock as early as February, March, April. And so that part is clear. Please check that out. I want to talk about two new things when you talk about the idea of preparation. One is the art of revision. Very important. Everybody thinks, look, I need to finish the syllabus, then revise, then take mocks. That is flawed. You, as and when you add topics into your kitty, you should keep revising the topics that you feel you've done. So you should kind of spiral out and learn. So you learn percentages, you learn profit and loss, you learn ratios, mixtures, learn percentages, learn profit and loss, learn speed time, come back to ratios, do percentages, come back to mixtures. So keep learning ideas over and over again. If you learn 4 topics really well, 5th, 6th, 7th topics become easier. Topics are not standalone silos, they are very well integrated. You understand percentages well, then you will get ratios really well. You understand ratio proportion, pipe systems automatically falls in place. You know percentages, simple interest, compound interest become very easy. So they're all linked. They're not distinct, isolated silos. So, but revise very aggressively. Do not live in this world where everything has to be learned and then revised. That's very dangerous, especially because you learn 14, 16, 18 topics and then you come back to topic 1. There is every chance that you feel like, look, I know nothing in this topic. ना कि मेरे को comfort level है, ना कि confidence है, ना कि फॉर्मूला याद है, कुछ भी नहीं. I feel like I'm starting from zero. And I feel like इतना time waste किया था, कुछ भी याद नहीं है. It will come back. Learning a topic second time around is far quicker. But in that moment, when you come back to a topic after 3 months, when you feel like you remember nothing, it is distressing. Because you feel like पूरा effort waste हो गया. That's not gone waste, but revisit and revise aggressively. So the art of revision is very important. Revisiting frequently is super important. Second thing I want to talk about the attitude while learning. Don't anchor your entire preparation with the outcome. It's a very easily said but very difficult to implement. Right? So if you say I'm going through this because I am X में जाना है, 2 साल में ये करना है, ये नौकरी लेना है, I need to get that pay packet. If you anchor completely around a series of output points, outcome points, it is stressful because the moment we talk outcomes, uncertainty rears its head. क्या chances है इसमें आने का? अगर एग्जाम में अच्छा नहीं आया तो what will I do? If the interviews don't fall in place, what will I do? If all things have gone well but there's a big recession the time you're exiting, so the placements don't happen well. Any and all of these things can happen. So especially if you're signing up for a long ride, as it is for an exam like this, you must anchor your preparation with a sense of the process. Okay, I'm learning some numbers, I'm learning some puzzle solving, I'm reading lots of articles. I'm going to revel in this. I'm going to thrive in this environment. I'm going to have a big smile on my face and try this. And so I've been doing this I've been preparing for CAT in one way or the other for 20 years. I took my real CAT 20 years ago. I've been training students for 12, 13 years. Every time I come to a class and say I'm going to start doing new questions, I tell myself new questions, I'm going to have some fun. So it is super important to say, hey, I'm going to enjoy this. There's something magically good in cracking this puzzle. If it's not the learning part, it's a competitive thrill part. You need to feel like, okay, I'm going to do this in 12 minutes. I'm going to do this in 15 minutes. If it doesn't work, it's all right, but I'm putting 5. I'm going to be switched on for that thing. So have micro targets for effort. Tell yourself, this week I'm going to knock down 150 questions. Next week I'm going to finish that whole novel which has 450 pages. So set ambitious points for what you will throw in and detach yourself as much as possible from the outcome. It is easier said than done. I'm telling you today, we're going to release this as a YouTube video. 18 hours after it was released, I'll come back and check views, comments, likes, all kinds of things. So it's not easy. You're living in a world of continuous feedback from surroundings, from our social media presence. Each of us has a real identity and a virtual identity. And we are in constant need of gratification points. We've been conditioned to that. Somebody is monetizing this. And so it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And I'm not going to say, oh, shut off everything. That's also difficult. Everybody has WhatsApp. It's become a useful tool. But we've got to draw our boundaries. We've got to say, okay, got it, done, but I'll do my things. Because sometimes the gratification cycle becomes distressing. It becomes a distressing cycle, not a gratification cycle. So draw your boundaries really well. Have the attitude to preparation driven towards preparation and not towards the exam and outcome. Have a big smile on your heart, on your face, on your lips, and huge chunks of optimism in your heart. Best wishes.